So X-Men Destiny is an action RPG set in the X-Men universe in kind of an alternate timeline. You know, taking a difference from the previous games in the X-Men Legends series and the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game series, we're actually playing 3 new mutants. So we've got Adrian Luca, the son of a purifier, mutant-hating group of anarchists trying to wipe them off the face of the planet. You've got Grant Alexander, a plucky young jock who's just trying to get into football and want to pick up chicks. And Ayumi Yoshida, who has been sent from Japan to America to escape the mutant internment camps out there. So you've got 3 disparate characters who are coming into basically a war-torn San Francisco. It's damaged by natural disasters, just ravaged, and the purifiers are taking every opportunity to clash with mutants. And so they're trying to figure out their way in the world.
So where does the X-Men fit in this post-Xavier world? And do they need a leader? Because I'm definitely there for the job.
The X-Men are actually really in need of a lot of things right now. With Xavier dead, they're so fractured. Wolverine has gone off and lone wolfing it. Cyclops is trying to get everyone together, but there's a lot of hesitance and a lot of tension. Everyone's kind of questioning what's going on right now. The world has obviously been upturned for them, and it's been very traumatic the past few months. On top of that, their friends are either missing or they've been kidnapped by the human scientists and the Purifier group, and they're being experimented upon. So if you're up to the task, they really could use a leader.
Maybe I'll back down. But these 3 mutants coming into this new world, what choices do they have to make?
Well, X-Men Destiny is all about choice at various levels. From a story perspective, you're basically playing, a character on the outside looking in. They don't have any allegiances. They're just discovering their powers and their abilities. So through interaction with characters from the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants, you start figuring out who you're kind of more aligned with, whose ideals you appreciate more, because, it's not about good and evil. The Brotherhood represents a certain set of beliefs and a certain system, and the X-Men kind of has this, naive idealism as well going on for them. So really figuring out where you align, where you identify, and making those big choices, who to help when, who to fight alongside, who to eventually ally yourself with.
Why are you standing still? So slow. Pay attention!
On top of that, it's choosing your power set. So picking one of these characters is kind of a, it's blank slate. It's tabula rasa. You go in there, now you pick your core powers. Are you more of a ranged fighter? Are you, up close melee damage? Are you more of a defensive character? And you pick your powers based on that. And then, on top of that, you've got X genes. And X genes are kind of the meat and potatoes of our system, where, you are collecting genes that are synthesized from other characters in the X-Men universe. So, for example, Iceman's ability to create an ice slide, or Psylocke's ability to summon psionic energy. And you can slot these into, your character, and you've got 3 different X gene slots that can be mix and match at any point. So you're always having to choose, you're always having to customize, and basically look at refining your character based on the situations you're in.
Alongside with the new mutants, who do fans look forward to seeing as the old mutants and fighting against, of course?
We got a lot of characters. We have, we picked characters that make sense for the context of the story as well. So there's a lot of fan service, and you've got your Cyclops, you've got your Wolverine, you got your Iceman, your Pyro, Mystique, right? But for the very first time, we're introducing some characters from the X-Men universe into video games. Northstar is making his very first appearance. We wanted to get another Canadian mutant in there, and one who actually really does represent diversity.
Yeah.
We also have Pixie and Caliban making their debut performances in a video game, taking some of the new mutants and integrating them into the fold. From a villain perspective, obviously, we've got John Sublime, who heads up the UN scientists and just the UN organization in general. Cameron Hodge, who is always kind of a vocal opponent of mutants and mutant kind, who's now working and allied himself with the Purifiers, and a slew of other crazy villains that I don't want to spoil and ruin. From the Brotherhood side, we've got Magneto, obviously leading up the Brotherhood of Mutants. Mystique, who was kind of taking it over in his absence when everyone presumed him dead after the Bastion fight. We've got Toad. You've got too many to even remember and name. And they all work with you. Gambit, of course, who's kind of allied himself separately from everybody else.
Can we have a moment for Gambit? Okay, I'm good. When is this game coming out so I could get my hands on it and train to be the best mutant ever?
3 weeks, September 27th, hitting stores, internationally on the Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, and DS.
All right, thank you.
Awesome, thank you very much.